They were already dead. At least, that's what everyone believed. The gas had done its job. Lungs burned, eyes melted. Men collapsed where they stood, choking on their own blood. So the enemy walked in, casually. Masks on, rifles down, victory already counted. And then, the dead stood up. Not heroes, not legends, men coughing pieces of themselves onto the ground and still picking up their weapons. That's not a battle. That's a message. History loves winners, clean victories, triumphant endings. But this story is about people who already knew they'd lost. No backup, no miracles, no cavalry coming over the hill. Just one question: how expensive can we make this for them? Because sometimes, the goal isn't survival. Sometimes, the goal is to make sure that even victory feels like failure. And Europe is discovering something new. That modern war doesn't just kill you, it unmakes you. On the Eastern Front, near the western edge of the Russian Empire, there's a fortress called Ozovets. It's not famous, not beautiful, but it controls one thing that matters: a rail line. And in this war, rail lines decide who eats and who starves. The Germans want it, badly. They've already tried twice, and twice they were pushed back by fewer than 1,000 Russian defenders, outnumbered 10-1, still standing. So in August, the Germans decide to stop being traditional. No more bullets first, no more shells. They wait for the wind. August 6th, 4 in the morning. The artillery starts like always. The Russians brace. They've survived this before. Then they see it. A green fog, rolling, crawling, slipping over the trenches and into the fortress. Eyes start to burn. Men cough, then choke, then scream. Their lungs fill with blood, not metaphorically, literally. Blood pours from mouths, noses, eyes. Chlorine gas turns into acid inside the human body. And the Russians have no masks. Some men try wrapping cloth around their faces. Water, urine, anything. It doesn't help. Within minutes, the fortress looks dead. 900 defenders, silent. So the Germans wait. Then they put on their masks and they march in. They see bodies everywhere, twisted, frozen mid-agony, faces stained red, eyes burned so badly they can't even be closed. Then they hear something. One by one, the dead stand up. Men with blood pouring from their faces, pieces of lung flying out as they cough, bayonets clenched in shaking hands. The Germans freeze, because no training prepares you for this. And the dead men charge. The Germans break, they run, they trip over each other. Some impale themselves on barbed wire. Others are trampled to death by their own men. Ozovets is held. The siege is called off. The survivors, about 60 of them, won't live long, but they live long enough to see the enemy flee. They didn't win the war. They didn't even save themselves. They just made sure that no one who saw them ever forgot. Europe again. Different war, different weapons, same problem. An empire is coming. The Ottoman Empire, at its height, led by Sultan Suleiman, the Magnificent. For decades, his armies have been rolling west, city after city, kingdom after kingdom. And now, Vienna is in his sights. But on the way to Vienna, there's a problem. A small fortress in the swamps of southern Hungary called Szigetvar. Not a capital, not a prize, just in the way. It's commanded by one man, Count Nikola Zrinski, a veteran, a soldier, and a professional problem for the Ottomans. He's fought them before, beaten them before, embarrassed them before. And Suleiman remembers him. Inside the fortress, about 2,300 Croatian and Hungarian defenders. Outside the walls, nearly 100,000 Ottoman soldiers. This is not a battle. It's a delay. And Sigitvar is strange. It isn't one fortress, it's three. Three fortified islands connected by narrow bridges. If the Ottomans wanted, they don't take it once, they take it 3 times. The siege begins. Cannons thunder, walls crack, men die. The outer town falls, then the old town. Each time, Zrinski pulls his men back across another bridge, burning everything behind him. Every yard costs blood. The Ottomans are winning, but not cleanly. Bodies pile up, assaults fail, time bleeds away. This was supposed to be a short stop. It isn't. Suleiman sends messages, surrender, and Zrinski will be rewarded. Lands, titles, rule over Croatia. Zrinski doesn't reply. Inside the final citadel, only a few hundred defenders remain. Wounded, exhausted, surrounded. They know what comes next. Then, something unexpected happens. Suleiman dies. Old, sick, worn down by the campaign. His commanders hide it. They can't afford panic. Not now. Not after all this blood. Zrinski knows the end is here. So he gathers his men, and he tells them the truth. No rescue, no victory, no survival, only a choice. The gates open. Zrinski steps out first, sword in hand. They charge straight into the Ottoman lines. They are cut down, every one of them. And then, the fortress explodes. The remaining gunpowder ignites. The citadel collapses. Thousands of Ottoman soldiers die in an instant. Sigitvar falls. But the campaign doesn't continue. The army is exhausted. Their sultan is dead. Vienna will have to wait. Zrinski didn't save his fortress. He didn't save his men. But he bought something more valuable. Time. Enough time to stop an empire at the edge of Europe. (1897). Different century, different empire, same question. How long can a few men hold back a lot of others? On the northwest frontier of British India, in the mountains near the Khyber Pass, the British Empire is stretching its borders. And borders create enemies. Local Pashtun tribes, who once tolerated British presence, now see it as occupation. Raids increase, attacks escalate. To control the region, the British build a chain of forts. Fort Lockhart, Fort Gulistan, and between them, a tiny signaling post, Saragarhi. Not a fort, not even a village, just a stone outpost with a heliograph tower. Inside Saragarhi, 21 Sikh soldiers. Outside, moving toward it, thousands of tribal fighters. Some estimates say 10,000. This is not defense. It's obstruction. At dawn, the signalman spots movement. He sends the warning. Saragarhi is under attack. Reinforcements requested. The reply comes back quickly. Too quickly. No reinforcements available. The forts cannot be abandoned. They are on their own. Havildar Ishar Singh gathers his men. There is no speech about victory. No talk of survival. Only duty. Hold the post. Maintain communication. Buy time. Every man agrees, not because they are ordered to, because they choose to. The attackers rush the walls. The Sikhs fire carefully, deliberately. Each shot matters. Wave after wave breaks against the outpost. Bodies fall. The numbers keep coming. This lasts hours, not minutes. The attackers call out, "Surrender. You will be spared. You will be rewarded." The answer is rifle fire. Smoke rises as the attackers set fire to brush and walls. Under cover, they breach the signaling tower. Hand-to-hand fighting begins. Bayonets, blades. One by one, the defenders fall. Inside the tower, the final signalman remains. He sends one last message: permission to take up my rifle. The reply comes back: granted. He fires until the tower burns. When the attackers finally enter, there is no one left alive. 21 defenders, hundreds of attackers dead, and enough time bought for the forts to prepare. The next day, the attackers assault the forts. They fail. Saragarhi is gone, but the line holds. They didn't save the outpost. They didn't survive. They didn't even stop the war. They just made sure that when it came later.
That's the end of this video. Would you like to see more of it? I hope so. Let me know in the comments.